I was just looking at that super quad.
Yeah.
And, you know, I realize that's what people, if someone tells you, meet me at the super quad at 8:30, what they're basically saying is, I don't want to ski with you. That's the way, right.
There may be some truth to that.
Then they say things like, I have a black helmet and goggles. And I'm black pants. Like, okay, it's like Beijing down there.
Yeah.
You know, you can't find anybody. There's a gazillion people. But we had a great time last night, and we've been gearing up. Did you been watching the Olympics at all?
I have, yeah.
My favorite part is when the people do the downhill skiing, Liggity.
Yeah.
And they've spent their whole life.
Liggity split.
Yeah, they've spent their whole life getting ready for this.
Yeah.
And the last 4 years training, very hard. And then they've got a bunch of dubbers 2 feet off the course with a cowbell. Yeah, look. You're going down the Olympic Trail. It's 90 miles an hour, possible ice, very steep conditions. Is there anything else you'd like to add into the mix? You can't do that in other sports.
No.
Like, you know, Tiger Woods here going for it's going to play to the left a little bit. This would be great in the bedroom, though, with the wife. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Create some kind of new move. And she's like, oh, my goodness.
I would encourage everyone to bring their cowbell tonight to the show.
Bring your cowbell to the show tonight, people, down at the Sugarloaf Inn.
Yeah.
We'll be chucking it hard against the wall. What else did I watch on the Olympics? I watched curling, and I'm sorry if there's any curlers watching this morning, but that is not a sport. That's called sweeping off the deck. It's ridiculous.
It is kind of crazy.
Put it this way: if you had a guy, if the guy who does this part, you know, that gets on his knee and goes, if he had just a little more muscle, there'd be no need for these guys.
Well, that's a good point.
Because all they do is clear the way. Because this guy sallies it down there.
He sallies.
Right? They should have. They probably have a team meeting. They're like, dude, if you just chuck it a little further, I wouldn't have to sweep everything off. I think if you can drink a beer while participating in it, it's probably not an Olympic sport. You know.
That's a pretty good point. Yeah.
How about luge? I was watching luge. Seems to me like if we got a dude from Buxton that weighed about 481, you'd probably take gold. Most of these guys are dressing out at like, here's Carl Peterson from the United States luge team. He's 5'8", weighs 126 pounds. I'm like, that ain't gonna get it done.
Right.
Get a big rugged dude with a couple spotters, walk him out, just put him in the chair. All right, Kyle. Okay, go for it. Kyle's off to a slow start, but my goodness, he picked up speed. Just went through the wall, making his own path here.
The luge.
If I have to watch another moment of figure skating, it's done.
Seems like a lot.
I'm jumping off a bridge.
Yeah. Love the outfits, though.
It's all the interstitial between every time they reset, they come back to figure skate. The USA and Canada in the hockey finals next. But first, Plushenko doing dominoes of raspberryetta with bird feathers on. I'm like, come on, what do you do? Finally, the guy fell figure skating. I was like, action, finally. You know what make figure skating more interesting?
What? Paintball
guns.
Oh, yeah.
Give the audience paintball guns, and when they triple sow cow, if they don't stick it right, you get. You know what else I watch? Cross-country skiing, and I know there's a lot of cross-country skiers out there, a.k.a. Nordic. And I was watching that on the Olympics, and, it looked painful to me.
Yeah.
I don't even want to skate from Whiffletree Quad over to the Super Quad.
Yeah.
That is way too much work.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know these people that go out there and do that for hours on end. Oh, my gosh. I would rather bathe my grandmother. You heard that right. Put down your spoons and your Captain Crunch and listen to Uncle Bob. I would rather soap up the build of an 89-year-old woman before I strap them twigs on my feet and chase full-grown men through the woods. That's Hey, we're looking forward to these shows tonight.
Yeah.
It should be a blast. We've been tearing it up. We've been doing all these different mountains, and Sugarloaf is like the crown jewel.
Of course it is.
And we did 2 shows last night, and here it is up on the screen now.
Yep.
2 shows.
We spell your name right?
Yeah, Bob Midley.
Yeah.
And 2 shows tonight at 6:30 and 8:30. I don't know if they have any tickets left, but that Shipyard Brewhouse is a blast.
It is.
People love it, man. They down there, and you know, Fred Forsley, that guy owns, like, he's got a piece of property in every, I go, Fred, you just put a shipyard in my backyard. I went out, I was going to go downtown, but there's one in my backyard now. I was, isn't that convenient? Today, folks, if you're looking, I'm wearing my Shred Wicked Hard hat, accompanied with the Shred Wicked Hard t-shirt. Bubba.
That's it.
You can get them online on my website if you want. And you know, everybody's into this technology now. I like the way you guys are rolling here. This is old school. This is more appropriate. I feel like I'm in the groove. I worry about these kids and the technology because it's getting out of control.
Sure is.
The whole thing is, but 3 nights ago, my wife and I sitting on the couch and the home phone rang. Like,
what is that?
Right. How freaked out do you get now when your home phone rings?
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what it is.
You're sure it's no one you know.
Right. It was like, my wife's like, oh my gosh, is that the radon detector? What is that, Bob? Get the kids, get them out of the house. I think it's the smoke detectors. I don't know what it is. And then she's like, oh, I know what that is. That's the home phone. And she's like, somebody must have died if they're calling on the home phone. I'm like, either that or it's Sears.
Yeah, Sears calling.
Sears has got to get a computer, update the whole situation.
You think?
I answered the phone 2 weeks ago. Hi, Bob. It's Wayne from Sears. Checking in on the extended extension on that warranty on that 91 Kenmore. Want to see if you want to update that. You know, we got rid of that 14 years ago, Wayne, when I dumped my MC Hammer pants. You know what really freaks me out, though,
What?
Greggy, is YouTube. That because I went on YouTube last week. We got a little bit of snow.
Yeah.
And I YouTubed this. I YouTubed how to change the oil in a snowblower. And 14 hours later, I was like, haha, look at that naked guy riding a llama. You black out. You don't even know what happens. Right? And I said, you know, I looked out the window. I'm like, it's dark out. Where'd my day go? I said to the wife, I'm like, are the kids home? They got home 4 hours ago, Bob.
Oh, I love it.
They've been in bed for an hour now. You ever try to suck anybody else into your YouTube tractor beam nightmare?
No.
You're like, hey, come here for a second. Look at this. No, I'm fine, thanks. No, you got to see this cat. He meows, but when he meows, it looks like he's saying, hello. Got 4 million hits.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we, you know, we've been, listen, this weather's unbelievable.
It sure is.
This is February school break, and at the base of the mountain, it's 31 degrees right now, something like that. It's unbelievable. Kippy was just out there, and it's going to be a scorching day on the slopes. It's going to be wicked, wicked nice to have this weather.
Right.
Because 2 weeks ago, remember, it was like minus 28.
Yeah.
That was the day my wife decided she was going to get the car washed.
Oh, great.
Nice play, babe.
Yeah.
Wait for that minus 28, then hose the vehicle down.
Oh.
So I fielded the call from the couch. She calls. She goes, okay, well, I can't get out of the car. And I go, okay, you're going to have to give me more clues than that. I'm in the driveway, Bob. I can't get out of the car. I'm like, are you at gunpoint? You got meningitis? What's up? She goes, just come out. So I go out, and I'm yanking on the door. And I'm yelling through the window, what do you think it is? And she clearly she knows what it is, but she don't want to give.
Right.
So she's like, I don't know. I went to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that wouldn't permanently lock a vehicle up. Right? And then she goes, I did get the car washed. That's it, Matlock. That was probably it, Barnaby Jones. Case closed, Jake and the fat man. What are we going to do, Bob? Because I got to get my hair cut.
Right.
And I says, well, you might have to drive the car to Florida, get the doors open. So she goes, go to Walmart and get that spray icer or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been to Walmart lately.
Well, yeah.
It seems to me, though, they got to take care of their employees a little bit better.
You think?
Because most of them have recently been in an injury of some sort.
It seems.
I says, you get the de-ice? And the guy's like limping down to aisle 4. Yeah, I got it. It's right down here. I'm like, is there a fight club in the break room? Is this a department store or a triage for the Civil War? This is unbelievable. You know, and I want to say this, people. This is the greatest state in the world. Maine is unbelievable. And we struggle a little bit with the weather, but we get through it.
Right.
And that's why about a week and a half ago, I really wanted to feel bad for the people of Atlanta. But I just didn't. I was watching CNN. I was in the hotel room in Philadelphia doing some shows, and I heard from the back thing, this is catastrophic.
Thousands of children slept in schools and many in buses. A woman had a baby on the interstate.
So I'm grabbing stuff going, this is apocalyptic. I got to get out of here. And I come around the corner, and the guy from CNN's got a ruler in the snow, and he goes, we are now up to almost 2.5 inches of snow. And I'm like, 2.5 inches? Oh, it's ridiculous. And they named it. You don't name a 2.5-inch storm. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
My favorite part is how everybody in Atlanta wouldn't get out of the car. They sat there for 18 hours on the side of the road. I'd like to be a fly on the inside of that. Daddy, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to make a life of myself. I ain't going to die here on the side of the interstate. Don't get out the car, Junior. We don't know what this white stuff is. It might be anthrax or something. And they always interview people. I don't know where they get these people on TV, but they're smoking. There's not a tooth in their head. They're 20 feet from a gas pump. You're like, can you tell us what's happening? Well, keep coming down here. It's all the way up to my heel.
Oh,
I got a cold bunion over here. Oh. Let's keep up. I might have to take my sandals off or something.
Oh, my goodness. That is just too funny.